What's up, Top Shot community? Back with another one. So today we're gonna talk about a little liquidation strategy. I guess you could call it a flip, whichever one you want to call it. But on the screen we got Rudy Gobert seeing stars. If you got a pack last weekend, All-Star Weekend, from this or the Rising Stars, and you got some kind of seeing stars player, which is basically just a collection of the All-Stars that they picked this year. I got it out of a pack, and I sold it for $170, right? Money that's not out of my pocket. So, and the plan was, I was either going to liquidate Rudy or Jason Tatum. Let me find it real quick. Or this seeing star Jason Tatum. But being a Celtics fan, I'm like, dang, this a nice play. For one, because it shows hustle. It's not a lot of plays like this nowadays anyway. And then it was a dime to Jaylen Brown for the yam. Nigga yammed it. Anyway, I didn't want to give it up because it was kind of the only Jason Tatum I had at the time. I was like, dang, I could get rid of this one to get this one. Because even though that's a nice play for the assist, this even better assist. You know how Jordan got his famous, baseline, behind the back pass. This is pretty much the same exact thing. And nobody's ever done that. At least no new player really ever done that I've seen at least. But regardless, it just brings more value to me as a fan for that play. So I wouldn't have minded getting rid of this. But since I got Rudy Gobert gone, kind of might as well, I'm like, I might just keep it. I got other assets I could use. So with the money I got from Rudy Gobert, made a couple purchases. Let me see, y'all can type them in real quick. I'm gonna start with Devin Booker. You got Mike Conley. It's Mike. Devontae. Goran. And I'm finna break down the processing behind all these picks and why I chose who I chose and why and whatnot. Let's see who else. The Jason Tatum, of course. Kristaps. Can't forget about Kristaps. James Harden. I think the last one is Bogdanovich. I got a theory behind Bogdanovich's play. He got a brother named Bohan. I ain't know that till early this year. Was kind of crazy. I think that was it. Yeah, R6. So you're gonna filter their plays out to the base 2. Base set 2, series 2. So I pretty much just basically used the same fundamentals I used for my first time ever getting the Top Shot. It took about maybe $40, $50. Bought a couple plays and a pack. And from the pack, I flipped up. I put that in another video. Price-wise, I based it off of... So I had another video, if you watch one of the last ones, off of the numerical value. Like, what are they out of? Like, base out of 35. Out of 15,000, 12,000, etc., etc. But this time, since I was actually investing in these players, I'm picking off a value who I think is worth picking up based off are they good or not. Are they helping their team? Or they have a chance to Maybe have one of them big games where they drop like 30 or have like just some spectacular shit. But I started with Jason Tatum, of course. That $18 is a hell of a steal, even though it's a base set. One of the newer base moments. They're gonna eventually limit these, and even if they don't, like I said, this player in particular has history kind of intertwined in it just because of the style play it is. The most I've got, I think I got like 3 or 4 Devin Bookers, and it went up already $1 or $2 just in a day. But it's still hella cheap, cause I mean it's Devin Booker. You gotta understand like the gap between investor and collector, which is why some of these prices like this. There ain't nowhere in the world. If everybody on Top Shot was an actual NBA fan, there ain't nowhere in the world this price would be where it's at for this player right here. And that's just one example of it. Now, right beside him, this ain't the right Mike Conley. This one. I grabbed this Mike Conley because it's a newer one. So, let me change the yeah. But this is not 35,000. Now, what interests me about Mike Conley is they switched him to a superstar late, so he wasn't technically picked as a superstar. He kind of got in like on a basis of somebody else not being able to play or somebody's injured or something like that. So I'm thinking that technically he should still get, like, if they come out with him, because I don't know, they ain't put nothing out yet that I've seen. If they do come out with him, a superstar bag. All the superstars from this year should get one. Whether it's the actual seeing stars like moment, or if it's the actual just the player. Pretty sure both of these would get at least a superstar badge because it's the same player. And I go for all the superstars. Goran Dragic, I'll start with Devontae Graham. Very underrated. Came in this season a little hurt, so a lot of people don't even know about him really, unless you watched last year when he teed up before they got LaMelo. It was kind of the Devontae Graham. It's pretty much the Devontae Graham show. I still had the twins, I think, Caleb and Cody. But yeah, $6, that's at least going to 10, worst come to worst, you know what I mean? I'm fine with making $4 profit. When it comes to the players but the overseas or the, players not born in the U.S. pretty much. Challenges usually tend to have at least one of these types of players in them. Like the Mike Conley challenge. It was Pascal Siakam. I think he's from, that nigga from, I don't even know what that is. CMR, what the fuck? I ain't gonna try to figure it out. It's some kind of republic though, it sound like. Regardless though. Not even saying I picked these players just because of that, but it just happens that they overseas players. Goran Dragic play on the Heat with Tyler Herro, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo. The team, they almost won the championship last year with the same team they got now. Plus Precious Achua now. So the odds of them getting in the playoffs are pretty high. $7 for a Goran Dragic ain't bad. And he might get into that challenge, one of those challenges. Bogdanovic. He kind of crafty. He got handles and can shoot. He don't really drive like that, but he can. But yeah, he's another player that's underrated to me. For $9, I don't mind picking that up. Whether he do good or bad. Now, Chris Tapps, he came into the season hurt from last year. He did something in his leg. He usually get leg injuries. Now, hopefully he don't get one this year, of course, or any other year. But that's just kind of his injury history. But other than that, nigga, he's like a white and a little bit taller KD, which is scary to think about. He just get hurt more than KD does. But for $12, that's a steal. And I may even pick up another one. But yeah, just going through. Oh yeah, James Harden. That's pretty self-explanatory. I only got it for $35. It's already up a couple dollars. These are players I have high faith in. And just, I wanted to flip into a roof talker.